All right, ladies and gentlemen, my first guest tonight won an Oscar for her work in Woody Allen's Mighty Aphrodite, and she's nominated for an Emmy Award for her role in Norma Jean and Marilyn. Her new movie, Sweet Nothing, opens this Friday. We're thrilled to have her here. Please welcome Mira Sorvino. You look great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming.
My pleasure.
Nice to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to congratulate you on your upcoming 3-year anniversary.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, which is next week sometime. Yeah, I forget when.
Yes.
We're going to have a good time.
You know, I read about it, and I have just one thing to ask you. Okay?
Yes. Yeah,
Is
okay.
this all your hair?
Yeah, that's the actually hair from my back combed up and over. Actually. It's a trick I learned in high school. The women hated it. That's horrifying me. Can we put that away? All right, thank you. How are you, though?
I'm good. I'm good.
All
you know,
right.
last time I saw you, I think you had run away with Lisa Kudrow's Game Boy.
Oh, that's right. I came and visited. Lisa's an old friend of mine from the Groundlings theater troupe.
Yes.
I visited on the set.
Of Romeo and Michelle, the
That's
movie
right.
that we did together.
Yeah, it's my first time on a movie set. I usually get thrown off. And I came there, and actually, I think I borrowed something of hers, left with it, and security roughed me up. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, that's how big you guys have gotten. It was like, I'm on TV, we don't care, pounding me away. I was beaten senseless, and everyone there enjoyed it. You know, I saw you briefly there, but I think you were on this show quite a while ago, just when we were getting started.
You were my first big show.
Yeah, well, hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, and but it's been quite a while, and I never really got a chance to officially congratulate you on getting an Oscar. That is so cool because we had you on before all that happened.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I mean, has this completely changed your life? I mean, people knew who you were before, but now you're someone who's sort of like public property, you know? Do you read about yourself in the tabloids? Are you showing up places you'd rather not be?
Yeah, there's a lot of exposure, and actually recently I read something that I didn't even know. It said that I had actually turned down an offer from Playboy magazine to do an anniversary of Marilyn Monroe's Playboy spread, and they had offered me $400,000 to do the nude centerfold.
To take off your clothes, $400,000.
Yeah. And that I would have photo kill approval, whatever, and that I had turned it down. And they never even asked me. I mean, I have no idea who turned it down for me. Maybe my good
So you're mad. So did you, when you heard that,
Damn,
just start...
I wanted to do it.
I'll
do it now. Okay, I'll
Here on TV?
$200, $150, okay, fine.
You didn't mean here right now. No. Okay, all right. I think that's why they were so excited.
No.
Suddenly this
Not at all.
tonight's show will be aired on Cinemax. All right. Is that kind of you mentioned something in there, photo kill approval. Does that mean, because when you become a big star, that means that you can actually say, no, I don't want. I mean, obviously I don't have photo kill approval. You know,
you don't?
No, not at my stage of my career. Yeah, right. You're Rolling Stone thing. Yeah. Don't show it. We're showing it. Okay, don't hurt me. But is that something you can do now? If there's a photo of you, is that something that people are paranoid about?
It's a weird contractual thing you get as an actor, that it's part of what your agents get you. It's part of your deal that you have like 75%, like you have to approve 75% of your photos when they're with another person and 50% when you're alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to just put an X through the ones I didn't like, but then a photographer told me that actually people go and raid the trash bins outside of movie company stills departments.
People go into the trash and take out pictures and then reprint them somewhere?
And reprint them and sell them, or put the head on another body, or, you know, use the actual ugly picture that they found.
Cool. And that's actually how we do the If They Made It. I hope you know.
No, I know.
You know. Andy and I just go around Hollywood at night, going through people's trash. So what do they do? How do they protect against that?
Well, I've gone to my own extreme measures. I've actually heard about people who actually use a hole punch to take out their own heads, but actually I just take a big Sharpie and color myself in. So it's sort of like...
But then what if that gets reprinted and you look like a freak?
No, I just look like a shroud. You know,
Oh,
there's
okay.
pictures from Romeo and Michelle where they may use it of Lisa, and next to her is standing the, you know, this sort of like Arab woman covered up completely in a, you know.
Right, so they think that Lisa Kudrow's gone through some weird religious conversion or something.
Could be.
Okay, all right. So this is like a paranoid environment that you've been working in.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. I got to say, we don't have that problem here, you know. Andy and I try and give away photos of ourselves in the streets, you know. And we're like, come on, just take it. You can use it as a coaster. We're like, we're not so sure. Can you hang on 1 second? We want to do a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have a little more with Mira Sorvino, so stick around. Really good. It looks very gripping. Tell us what it's about.
It's essentially about the situation between this couple when the husband sort of falls into crack addiction, actually. And they start off at the birth of their first child, or their second child, and he goes out to celebrate, and his friend offers him a crack stem, and he tries it, and he gets hooked.
Right.
And 3 years later, they're living this sort of high life, but it's very empty, and, you know, she's trying to, you know, spend her time, like, buying herself new clothes and getting her hair done every day, and he's out there kind of smoking and then dealing and whatever.
His whole life kind of degenerates.
Yeah, his whole life degenerates, and it's all about codependency and this kind of struggle of this family to hold themselves together. And it's really very poignant. I mean, actually, you just really care about these people. It's not really like too many other movies you've
And the
seen.
guy's voice, it's very authentic. He's narrating kind of as it's going.
Yeah, yeah, it's based on a true story, actually. It's based on a true story of a diary that was found in the Bronx, and the director found it and actually found the real guy that it's based on and talked with him, and he was in rehab, and it's really very interesting.
Now, we have a clip of the movie. Do we need to know anything before we see it?
Okay, this is after, actually, things have gotten to the point where he's fallen out of favor with his partner, who was the main dealer, and so he's completely out of work and just smoking his brains away. And so Monica, my character, has gone out and tried to get a job to deal with the family's bills, but he's very, very paranoid, and he's like attacking her and accusing her, and she's just trying to hold things together.
Okay, let's take a look at this clip from Sweet Nothing.
Come on, don't go, please.
Why, you got any more good news for me?
No, I just wanted to talk to you.
You talked the whole way through dinner, Monica. What else is there?
There's the bills, Angelo. Remember we said we would talk about the bills?
Well, you got the raise, didn't you?
Angelo, come on. We have $1,600 in back rent, okay? We've got $600 in unpaid parking tickets. We have a final disconnect notice from the electric company. I mean, I can't take care of this all on my own.
You know, you have you're so convincing because you have this really great Bronx, it's a Bronx accent.
It is a Bronx accent.
And it really sounds like you're from the Bronx. How did you study that? Did you go hang out in the Bronx for a while?
I did hang out in the Bronx, and I took my little tape recorder and told people and said, hey, would you mind if I taped you? I'm doing this movie. And a lot of people were very helpful, and then I would tape myself after taping them and listen back and forth, and it's basically based on one person's voice. But it was very interesting because at the start, you know, you think, okay, it could be generic, and you think it could be like, okay, it's kind of like a Brooklyn accent, but they're very different because Brooklyn is like, people say more, and in the Bronx it's like more. You know, it's like the R's are said, but, you know, it's different. And,
what about in Mighty Aphrodite, you had this really great annoying laugh, your character. Yeah. Yeah. Now, where did that come from? I was just curious, like, did you get that from somebody? Is it something you thought of?
I'm basically a poacher of good ideas. I mean, this was actually really lifted from my sister. My sister is this brilliant person. Her name is Amanda Sorvino. She's a writer. And as a child, she would always come up with the most inventive schemes, and a lot of them were about stuffed animal voices or crazy stories. And one thing she used to do with her friend Diane was make up laughs. They would invent laughs on purpose. And like one time they sort of did this thing where they did these little words, and they said like, "Get, some. And that was a laugh. That was one laugh. And then
now I'm getting scared.
And then another one, they would say, "Ha, Murph, you're a hee-haw donkey. Yeo." So they had this hee-haw laugh. And then another thing they did was Amanda had this incredibly loud laugh that would make everybody at the table, you know, cover their ears, and she'd go, "Ha!" And so Linda
What was she trying to do? Just drive everyone crazy?
She would just do that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. She just did it.
Uh-huh.
And so ultimately, Linda has a combination of the and the hee-haw thing. So she's like, like this kind of thing.
God! So when you first did that on the set, did people like throw a net over you or something, or were people accepting? And
Well, at that point, they were like, anything goes with this character. But I have to give my sister credit for her laugh.
yeah, it actually reminds me of on The Simpsons. Where I used to work on The Simpsons. There's a character that laughs at everybody, has a really mean. It goes ha ha, and that's what I just channeled right now. I haven't heard that since those old days. My crazy youth. All right, well, Sweet Nothing. People should watch this movie. It's very cool. Friday in New York. And L.A., and it's also nationwide in September. People can see it everywhere.
Yes.
Hey, congratulations on everything.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much,
You too.
Mira, for coming back. Mira Sorvino, David Paymer, and Goo Goo Dolls are coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.